So, Hero Factory. Not Bionicle this time. Let's cut right to the chase. Bag of parts. If you haven't seen the title, you can guess from the colour scheme who this is going to be. Just because, there's only so many characters that use nothing but red and black, complete with colour appropriate IKEA bag. So, without further ado, time lapse. Okay, so what felt like 3 years worth of time lapse, here we finally are. Remember, salt your damn parts, don't be like me. So, Call Hunter then. Lawnmower in the background, just gonna have to deal with that, I'm afraid. So, anyway, Call Hunter, yep. Here he is, in all his call hunting glory. Character-wise, well, okay, so my knowledge of Hero Factory is admittedly fairly minimal. I mean, I never really owned any sets growing up. I was still into Lego at the time, but Hero Factory never really caught my attention the same way that Bionicle did. Anyway, Call Hunter, the reason I revamped him is just because I just like his design. I mean, look at this edgelord. He's red and black. He's a bad guy who used to be a good guy. We know nothing about what he was like as a hero or anything. He's just kind of cool in that over-the-top edgy way. He's like the Shadow the Hedgehog of Hero Factory, at least in my humble onion. Let's just adjust that. Okay. So, equipment then. I made a couple modifications to the base set's loadout. First things first. Integrating the core extractor into his hand. It's now a set of basically surgical grade drills designed to... it's now a much more sort of hands-on extraction that I feel is a lot more fitting for the character. The whole thing that he's hunting cores in the first place is creepy. He's basically a goddamn serial killer. But a supervillain one, so what was his name? What was the guy from the Birds of Prey movie? Do with all tally marks, that guy. Anyway, yeah, it's that whole kind of general thing. So, as well as that, his weapon was originally integrated. This version is not. And this version, as you can probably guess by the tools on him there, is powered by hero cores, which it uses as a source of ammunition. Basically, one shot fully expends a full core's charge. Which, this is the reason he harvests them now, basically. It's like a very neat self-contained ecosystem. He harvests the cores and uses them to harvest more cores. So, functions then. Aside from just looking ridiculously evil, and being able to do, posable enough to pull a variety of evil gestures. The crucial thing to my mind that he does is the weapon function, and this is borrowed. I don't think that the projectile was this color in the original set. I'll admit this is one that I borrowed from Zactan, and it launches like so. That hit me in the face. Cool. Okay, so With that record, let's just pull that back in there and not fire it at my face again. The one thing the instructions always tell you not to do. Anyway. So from that, articulation, you got fairly standard pretty much everywhere. The only difference between the regular CCBS set and this is that I added the swivel at the elbow for a little more sort of option. More kind of at ease type pose. The weapon arm is designed to get out of the way as much as possible as well, so you can get a kind of aiming straight upward type pose without everything coming apart on you. There's a good chance to display him like this just because this looks kind of cool. Just moving back so he's more or less fully in shot. Waist then, there actually is a crunch. There's a crunch at the waist. Not a huge one. There's just enough of a swivel to get more of a swivel than I expected, I'll be honest, but there's enough to get some decent emotion out of that. Is that unpopping it from the thing? No? Okay, we're good. Yep, ball joints at the hips. You kind of hold them in place to stir them a little bit. Just because of the construction around them. Knees. You get about 90 degrees out of the knees. Some good 90-degree knees here. I will admit, slight wobble based on the construction, but very manageable. I like these legs as well. I really like these calves. You probably saw during the time lapse I used one of the smaller torso as the base and sort of build off that in a couple of different ways. So, size comparison then. I don't own any Hero Factory sets or any standard-sized hero builds. Instead, here is a digital side-by-side of him with a couple builds, one of which you can probably guess which is kind of standard canister set hero size. And here he is alongside my modified version of Kapaka, who, now that I realise it, is the exact opposite colour scheme, and I do quite like how these two look next to each other. They're from different franchises. But honestly, to my mind, Core Hunter could easily be a Makuta. I want to see some kind of Bionicle fic where someone uses the... Is it the Olmec or the Elite that Brutaka has, the dimensional travel one, to just bring Core Hunter to the Bionicle universe and have him just fuck shit up. Because, end of the day, he is a cool design. He's despite being from the 2010s, he's a very much early 2000s edgelord drowning pool kind of cool. But we stand an edgy boy here. So, that about wraps this up, I think. Let's just move Kapaka back off camera. Yeah, that about wraps this up. Also, a side note, I ended up with a few extra parts for whatever reason, and then I'm able to create a little spinning top from them. This table isn't as level as I thought. Okay. So, thank you for watching. What do you know about Hero Factory? Tell me about this guy. All I know is that canonically he's dead, which is a shame, because, of all the villain designs, he is by far my favourite. I looked over the rest. There's a couple that kind of jive with. A lot of them just don't really interest me that much. So tell me about your favourite Hero Factory character in the comments. I'm at least interested I'm at least willing to learn more about this particular part of LEGO history. So, this has been Lucas Builds. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Let's also move the spinning top out of the way.